Today, the godfather of video games, Shigeru Miyamoto, joins us on the show, and we have the broadcast premiere of the new Killzone 2 trailer.
Plus, we review Fallout 3 and MotorStorm Pacific Rift. X-Play starts now. To X-Play, the show that would like a GOAT retest. I'm Morgan Webb.
And I'm Adam Sessler. We're coming to you from the G4 Studios in Los Angeles on Wednesday, October 29th. Now, coming up, we get some FaceTime with the legend. Stick around for an exclusive interview with Nintendo Shigeru Miyamoto. You're only going to see this on X-Play.
Then we have got the Fallout 3 review that you have been clamoring for, full of vaults, vats, and very depressing landscapes. Plus, we'll get to know the all-new cast of Prince of Persia. No, not Jake Gyllenhaal. Calm yourself. We'll talk about the game. But first, big Guitar Hero news for Hendrix fans. Let's get all the day's top headlines in our gaming update.
First up, the rock gods have smiled upon the set list for Guitar Hero World Tour. Just in case 2 Jimi Hendrix songs weren't enough, Activision has announced that 3 additional downloadable master tracks will be available on November 13th. If 6 Was 9, Little Wing, and a long version of Fire will all be available on the Xbox 360 for 440 Microsoft points and $5.50 on the PlayStation 3. In related news, Activision is planning to address drum sensitivity issues that have occurred with some units. Gamers who have been affected will soon be able to request a drum tuning kit through Activision's customer support center. That will enable them to fully optimize their drums. Next, Microsoft is giving Xbox 360 arcade owners another hardware upgrade option. Starting November 4th, retailers will begin selling a new Xbox Live starter pack that includes a 60-gigabyte hard drive, wired headset, an Ethernet cable, and a 3-month gold subscription to Xbox Live. The new upgrade kit will cost $99. Treyarch, the developer behind Call of Duty World at War, has decided to open the floodgates on the game's multiplayer beta. Gamers who sign up as a CallOfDuty.com member will receive a beta token or CD key granting them access. The beta won't last long, though. The retail version of the game hits store shelves November 11th. Finally, a new Left 4 Dead demo will soon be available. On November 6th, gamers who pre-ordered Valve's zombie shooter will get early access to a demo of the title's single-player and 4-player co-op gameplay. The rest of the general public will get their first crack at the PC and Xbox 360 demo starting November 11th. That's it for today's gaming update. For the latest news, be sure to check out our website, g4tv.com/xplay. But now let's go over to Morgan, who tries to keep the rads out of her diet.
I do. After a long wait, Fallout 3 is here, and the search for your father can finally begin. With your trusty Pip-Boy 3000 at your side and VATS at your disposal, you scour a post-apocalyptic Washington, D.C. full of mutants just begging for headshots. And it only gets better from there.
Prepare to be enlightened.
When, in the course of human events, it becomes necessary to nuke the absolute out of ourselves, at least we can be secure in the knowledge that the survivors will get to live one of the great American dreams, shooting zombies in the head. At long last, Fallout 3 has arrived, and the post-nuclear wasteland has never looked better, so to speak. The third installment is a bit of a rebirth for the previously PC-centric series, moving from an isometric turn-based RPG to an open-world real-time RPG. While many were concerned that this would dilute the setting or perhaps betray the very nature of the franchise, those fears have proven baseless. The leveling system and perks feel unquestionably like the original games and have made the jump to free-roaming 3D beautifully. The ironically devastated world of Fallout has never been better realized than in Fallout 3, offering a vast landscape that is almost relentlessly bleak in its hopelessness. It's absorbing, immersive, paradoxically beautiful, and kind of depressing to play over long periods of time. And yet, play for long periods you will. You take the role of a child raised in Vault 101, a fallout shelter in the Washington, D.C. area. Your dear old scientist dad, who sounds a lot like Liam Neeson,
Your mother would have been so proud.
raises you with care and love until the day he disappears from your vault, and almost everyone in it subsequently tries to murder you.
The Overseer won't tolerate this kind of behavior.
So it's out into the wasteland you go. From there, it's all up to you. Go find your dad, or exterminate wasteland vermin, or help a loopy chick write a book about survivalism.
Sure thing.
Or battle giant super mutants in downtown DC. Or just lob a mini nuke at innocent civilians. There is a stunning amount of content in the game.
Okay, I'm impressed.
But the big question everyone wants answered, since Bethesda made it, is it just Oblivion with guns? Well, not unless you consider Jurassic Park to be Jaws with dinosaurs. Obviously, there are stylistic similarities. Characters are rather stiffly animated,
You're asking for it.
and the methodology of quest dialogue is pretty much identical. Movement feels much the same, and third-person view still sucks. However, what could be considered Oblivion's biggest flaw has been resolved in Fallout 3.
It's nice to know someone's listening.
Unlike Oblivion's map full of nondescript temples and ancient ruins, Fallout 3's locations are all unique and all have a story to tell.
I'll try and hide from that.
It's this sense of place that really sells the DC wasteland as a singular location with a real sense of history. Further differentiating the game is the Vault-Tec Assisted Targeting System, or VAT. You can run and gun in real time as much as you like, but for the true Fallout feel, you can pause the action and target specific body parts on your enemies. Just call your shots and let fly in a gruesome cinematic. It's a simple thing, and it may seem like it would get old quick, but honestly, it doesn't. No matter how many times I see my enemies' bodies tumble end over end, I keep looking forward to the next headshot. As Fallout fans ourselves, we approach Fallout 3 with a healthy amount of skepticism, but Fallout 3 not only does the series justice, it does it honor. A 5 out of 5.
Well, that's a relief.
It's a fantastic
good.
game. Fantastic. But the strategy guide, hardcover, many pages, very thin print, you know, very tiny print, very...
Well, yeah, it's like the Norton anthology I had to use back in, back in college.
Very thin paper. Like, this is quite a tome.
Yes, it shows you how much is in the game. Also, this is what you get with the survival guide. You get the bobblehead of Vault Boy. It's wobbly. And you get this really cool lunchbox. I have no idea. Do kids use lunchboxes these days?
You can't use this lunchbox. You need to display it proudly in your cubicle.
Or you can take it to the construction site with all your other hard hat buddies.
Exactly.
And enjoy a good sandwich up on the girders.
And you know, the strategy guide's actually pretty good because it has this gigantic map just to give you the idea of how large Fallout is.
And then you also have the DC metro area back there. I'm going to try to use that my next trip out and see how well it works.
See how that works.
All right. Now, Shigeru Miyamoto is a pillar of video games. Now, your world would be vastly different if you got into a different profession like landscape design. But damn it, we'd have some beautiful parks that were probably fun to play in. We sat down with the father of Mario, Donkey Kong, Zelda, and Star Fox to find out what kind of ground he's going to break next.
僕はもう30年間
I've been playing an instrument for over 30 years now. I love music. And in creating Wii Music, what I did was I looked at where my joy of music comes from.
It was very clear from the beginning of our interview with Shigeru Miyamoto, the same man who created Mario and Zelda, that Wii Music was his newest baby. He knew that he had created something special, and he was eager to share.
Wii Music は
Well, the first thing about Wii Music is that I don't know if it's fair to call it a game or not. I think Wii Music is almost a new kind of instrument because you bring it home, everybody can immediately pick up and play it. But what's unique about it is within 5 minutes you can actually perform a song and feel like you are creating music.
In Wii Music, there are no levels, no boss battles, not even an ultimate goal. According to Miyamoto, your goal is to experience the joy of creation and the rewarding interactions that occur between real musicians.
今あるギター
Games like Guitar Hero and the other types of rhythm or music games that we've seen up until now are very different experiences from Music. Rather than focusing on trying to match the notes of a song that's already playing, we really focused on that idea of it's coming from within you. You're deciding what notes you want to play and when. And then you practice, and then you get together with other people and you perform together with them, all of you deciding what you want to do arrangement-wise.
With 50 different songs, 60 different instruments, and complete control over the different layers of a song, such as beat, rhythm, and melody, players will be churning out Hawaiian versions of Frere Jacques and punk rock takes on the Super Mario theme.
60種類以上の楽器を使う
It's something you can do both performing as a group doing a particular arrangement of a particular song, or something you can do on your own, where you're able to take an individual section of the song and do that performance.
Add in some quirky instruments like beatboxers, kung fu kickers, and even animal sounds, and you've got an arrangement that may have Snoop Dogg begging you to produce his next album. A bit too much for you to process? Maybe. Wii Music is difficult to wrap your head around at first, but after listening to Miyamoto speak passionately on the game and all it's capable of, you can't help but want to try it. He tends to have that effect on people.
見てもらわないと
I think it's a very different experience from maybe what people are expecting.
All right, this Friday, there's no need to waste your time on costumes, tricks, or treats. G4 has premieres and movies.
The night begins with back-to-back thrilling X-Play episodes.
And get ready to cover your eyes in suspense with the U.S. television premiere of South Korea's The Host. It is truly unlike any monster movie you've ever seen.
Do not miss Fright Night, Halloween night, starting at 6, only on G4. Head on over to g4tv.com/Fright Night for more info.
Coming up on X-Play, find some cover. We've got the explosive broadcast premiere of the new Killzone 2 trailer. You don't want to miss this first look at the PlayStation 3's long-awaited hardcore shooter. Plus, get ready to tear through the jungle. MotorStorm Pacific Rift for the PlayStation 3 is here, and we've got the review. And we go all access with Ubisoft to learn about the new stars of Ubisoft's Prince of Persia reboot. All that and more right after this.
Welcome back to X-Play. Now, every Tuesday, we make you drool with anticipation. We've been taking you inside the biggest fall games each week, and the best could be yet to come.
X-Play's world premieres continue as we travel the globe to take you inside the fall's biggest games like never before. And up next, we deliver on what could be the biggest game of the year in X-Play's massive Gears of War 2 special. Round 2 starts here. Tune in Monday at 8 for an incredible night of action as we reveal the world premiere of the jaw-dropping first 2 minutes of the game. Plus, we unveil exclusive new gameplay and take you behind the scenes like never before at Epic Studios to see how the team brought the second chapter in the gritty series to life. You'll see all new weapons and learn the ins and outs of combat from the pros. Then, it's wave after wave of locusts as we take you inside the all-new multiplayer bloodbath like only X-Play can. X-Play's world premiere Gears of War 2 special premieres Monday night, November 3rd at 8, with a special encore presentation Tuesday, November 4th, only on G4.
Do you consider yourself extreme? Does Mountain Dew course through your veins? Do you do stuff to the max? If this sounds like you, then you might like the new Extreme Racer MotorStorm Pacific Rift. It's better than the first game and much more tropical-y. Hey look, an island in the sun, where not only can you play and have fun, but also race.
Welcome to MotorStorm.
Over the top, straightforward, arcade-style race. That's the MotorStorm way to do things. And this is the MotorStorm Pacific Rift way to do things. Whereas the first MotorStorm took place in the desert, this one obviously takes place in a tropical island getaway, Mon. That's where Bob Marley grew up. And that's where Peter Tosh was gunned down by the government. But it's not all Club Paradise Club Dread here. There's also a volcano, which means lava. Hot lava. Lava so hot, it'll make you sweat. Lava so warm, so red, so wet. Which brings us to the crashes. Slow down, of course, for the best impact possible. Let's see some more crashes. In a montage. If you like the first MotorStorm, there's no doubt you'll love Pacific Rim. More tracks with more to come in the future. Tons of sweet rides, all shapes and sizes. And more nitrous than backstage at a Jonas Brothers concert. Allegedly. Plus different modes both online and off. The festival represents the career mode, but there's also time attacks, multiplayer, everything you'll need to enhance your buzz. The only negative is no cockpit view in the cars. If we're gonna crash, we like to see it through the front window. That's how X-Play rides. We like the game, we just want more of it. Always a good thing. And for that, we give MotorStorm Pacific Rim a 4 out of 5.
All right, when X-Play continues, we will have the broadcast premiere of the new Killzone 2 trailer and our all-access look at Prince of Persia, so you gotta keep it here. Welcome back to X-Play. After the holidays are over, you can finally sit back and catch up on that backlog of games. Okay, actually, you're not, because early next year, Killzone 2 is finally hitting the PlayStation 3. Here's an X-Play exclusive, the North American premiere of the game's new trailer.
They said. Their weapons no match for our military might. Moderate to low resistance. Enemy morale at an all-time low.
Unleash the whirlwind of our wrath. Our guns never tire, and we have beaten back the foe. Sent them running.
I guess somebody forgot to tell the Hellgast.
All right, here's your All Access pass to meet the new heroes of Prince of Persia. We continue our special inside look at Prince of Persia. Producer Ben Matz has filled us in on the game's unique character, backgrounds, and story.
The character whom you control, the prince, is not a prince. He's a wanderer, an adventurer. He lives very much hand to mouth, and we drew a lot of inspiration from characters like Han Solo, for example, to a certain extent Indiana Jones.
And if you're going to be adventuring full-time, wear your best rags, because you never know who you'll meet.
As he is wandering through this desert, basically coming back from a previous adventure, a sandstorm blows in, and he tumbles down this cliff. He stands back up, and this beautiful woman sort of lands flat on him. The development of Elika as an individual is interesting. The job of her and her people throughout basically eternity has been to guard the Tree of Life, which is the prison of Ahriman. Various events take place whereby suddenly the tree comes crumbling down and Ahriman escapes. And his goal is to basically drive life and beauty out of the entire world and return it to a state of chaos and corruption. She obviously wants to prevent that from happening. She enlists the help of the prince to do exactly that. It evolves to towards something else, obviously. We wanted to make sure there was a lot of potential to show the growth of these two characters throughout the game.
The story takes the duo to challenging worlds and unfolds in a new direction for the franchise.
The difference between this and previous Prince of Persia games, from a narrative point of view, from a story point of view, is simply that there's no connection to them. You can imagine a gigantic book, and on the front of the book it says Princes of Persia, and every chapter is a different Prince of Persia experience. It's just like the 1001 Arabian Nights in that you experience the whole of that universe by reading through all of the different stories. Even if they don't treat the same characters, they are all part of the same mythology.
Tomorrow on X-Play, gaming's hottest treasure hunter is back. We're going hands-on with Lara Croft's latest adventure in our exclusive new demo of Tomb Raider Underworld. Then find out if the streets of LA are the place to race in our review of Rockstar's Midnight Club Los Angeles. Plus, we bash some skulls and stay up all night with the addictive MMO Warhammer Online. And next week, we take the fight to the Locust Horde in a special half-hour journey inside Gears of War 2. We're going to Epic Games for an exclusive look at what could be the year's biggest, most wanted game. The campaign, the multiplayer, the new Horde mode. We've got it all. Plus, exclusive footage you won't see anywhere else. Don't miss the action this Monday at 8.
All right, you made it to the bonus round, so more X-Play up next.
Thanks for watching.